guys, so for our first recipe today, I'm doing a buffalo chicken salad. So first thing I'm going to do is season my chicken. I have the Kinder's, the blend, and to an air fryer basket, I am going to cook this for 14 minutes. I did wind up adding a little extra oil on top just to keep it nice and moist, not from drying out, and make sure you flip halfway through. And then we are going to prep our veggies. Now, the cool thing is you can make this salad however you want. You can use whatever you want, whatever kind of veggies. I absolutely love using these. So like I said, it's totally customizable. So I'm using shredded carrots, red onions, celery, cucumber, tomato, and green onions that I'm going to sprinkle on top. And I also added some crispy bacon. Alright, so now we're going to dice up our chicken and marinate it in our favorite hot sauce. I love Frank's hot sauce, but use whatever you like here. And then we're going to assemble our beautiful salad. Alright, you guys, so let's assemble our salad. I am big into being very pretty, so I obviously made this very pretty. You do not have to go all crazy and make this so eye appealing. I am a vlogger and a blogger, so this is what I do. So anyways, I just assembled my salad, and the bowl actually is a lot bigger than it looks in the picture. Pretty much I just put all of my ingredients on top of a bed of spring mix and romaine. You can use whatever you want here, but it was so good. And you just mix it up, serve it with some ranch dressing, and that is a delicious dinner. All right, now we have our taco chili. This is such a good recipe, and it's so simple. So you can make this in an Instant Pot, or you can cook it on the stove, whatever you want. So first thing we're gonna do is mince up our garlic, chop our red onion and tomatoes. You can use canned tomatoes here as well. I actually didn't have any, so that's why I had to use a tomato here. And then we're going to drain a can of black beans and dark red kidney beans. So to the Instant Pot, we're gonna brown a pound of ground beef and cook it halfway through, and then we're gonna add the onion and garlic, and we're gonna cook that for about 30 seconds to a minute, and then add in your tomato. And now we are going to make our seasoning, which is 2 tablespoons taco seasoning, 2 tablespoons ranch, and a tablespoon of chili powder. So we're gonna put that back into the pot, and we are going to add our beans. And one of my favorite ingredients in this entire recipe is the Goya sofrito. I use the tomato cooking base here, and I use the whole jar of it, and then about 1.75 cups of the chicken broth. And then we mix that up. We are going to pressure cook that for 10 minutes. And now this is totally optional, but I love a thick chili, so I take 2 tablespoons of cornstarch, mix it with the liquid, and it gives you a nice thick chili. Top it with your favorite toppings, and another delicious dinner done. So next we have our honey Dijon pork chops. So I actually took these right out of the fridge cold, and meat like this is the best to cook when it's room temperature. So I just added some salt and I let it sit for 30 minutes. Now I'm creating the rub, which is a tablespoon of flour, a 1/2 tablespoon smoked paprika, a teaspoon of oregano, a teaspoon of chili powder, and 2 teaspoons of garlic powder. So after those 30 minutes are up and you let them rest, you are going to make sure they're dry, and then you're going to add the rub right on top. Make sure you're pushing the rub into the meat, and then we are going to cook them in a tablespoon of olive oil for about 2 to 3 minutes per side. So after you remove the pork chops, put in 2 tablespoons of butter, 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar, a tablespoon of honey, 1/3 cup of chicken broth, and a tablespoon of Dijon mustard. And you are going to whisk that and reduce by half, and then add the pork chops back to the pan. Cook another 2 minutes. Make sure you flip so it's completely coated, and then just serve it with your favorite vegetable. We used asparagus this night, and it was another amazing dinner. And yeah, just air fried the asparagus because why not? And it was good. Now we have our last recipe, which is Spanish beef stew. I did use the slow cooker, but you can also use a Dutch oven on the stovetop. So first thing we're gonna do is dice up our onion, potatoes, peppers, and then we are going to sear our beef. I've got 2 pounds here, and we are going to add the vegetables into the slow cooker. Top it with the 1/2 cup of olives and a tablespoon of garlic paste. And then I have this jar of cilantro cooking base from Goya, and then we are going to add a small can of tomato sauce. Mix that all up. Make sure you season it with some salt and pepper as well. And add a 1/2 cup of water. That will just help the cooking process along. Mix it together. Put the top on it, let it cook low and slow. I did 8 hours, but if you want to do high, you can put it on high for 4 hours, whatever works. And then after those 8 hours are up, we are going to shred the beef. And yeah, you can either serve this as a stew, or you can serve it right on top of some rice, which is what I did. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This is another really fun video for me to make. So I hope that you stick around and subscribe. Thanks for watching, guys.